Good morning, afternoon, evening, friends and family, loved ones. This is your friend Kelly. And we just got this in mail call. This was all from one member of the community. He was wanting to sell it all in one fell swoop and had an awesome deal. And there was a couple things in here that Brian was like, I want. And I was like, okay, there's a couple things in there that I'll take. So it worked out, but it was a great deal and extremely happy that we got this. Anyway, um, where to start? Let's move these off to the side. We'll start with the first one that didn't come with the box. This is the Jack Wolf cactus pear. Was that what it was? Prickly pear? Maybe it's prickly pear. Their little scalpel. And I honestly, that was not even on my radar, was not something I was aware of. So, here, I'm kind of saturating one of my towels. So, probably would not have been one that I would have picked up new anyway, because this just isn't my style of knife. But now that I got it, I'm thinking this will make an awesome little package opener to have by me. What do you guys think? And it's actually, handle wise, is not bad. I could still use a little bit of a pinky. It's not a deal breaker to not have a lanyard on it, but since I have paracord, if you guys didn't know, I do a few things with paracord. I can add a lanyard on there quite easily, and that way if Brian ever wanted to borrow it, he'd definitely have room for his pinky on there. But this is going to be, I think, a new dedicated little package opener. So that was an awesome, awesome little knife. So that was one of the items that we got. And I'll go ahead and do the big one, and get that one knocked out of the way. This one's mine. Okay, so there's one for me. This one, Tactile Knife Company. And does it have down the Dread Eye? I always want to forget what it is in 3V. I don't even know if you can get this anymore. And if you guys can tell me, I know, of course, Tactile, that's their emblem. CLW, if that was something somebody added into this, or if that means something to these guys. And it's got the Alti clip, but the Dread Eye tactical knife. And Brian has already claimed this one. He absolutely loves this blade shape, and is like, yeah, I like this. This one's gonna be mine. And I'm like, okay, that means one for me and one for you so far. And it's awesome little knife. And these are used, so there's gonna be some scuffs and scratches and whatnot. They may need to be touched up. I don't know. But this was in CPM 3V. And like I said, this one's a good size. It's just right at my size. What is it with people not doing jimping? I think jimping is almost a necessity. I just like having that way if I bear down on it, my thumb won't slip. But this may end up getting a small lanyard on it, because like I said, this one just fits my hand just right. And Brian's hand, of course, is bigger than mine. So he says I may have you put just a small, like 3-knot lanyard on there and call it a day. But that's for him. So there's one apiece. Now, we'll do this. This is a quiet carry. Let's see. And Brian's the only one in the family that had a quiet carry till now. So you can guess where this one's going. This one is going to be mine. And what the heck? I'm trying to remember what it was called. Does it say? Nope, just says CPM 20CV. What was this one? Paper. People yell at me in the thing. My brain it's after 11 o'clock and it's been a long day, so I've forgotten what this is called. Or I could just look it up since I do have a computer handy. That would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? It is the... Nope, that's not any of them. The IQ? Was that what it was? Let me double check. Yes, that's what it is. It's the IQ. Maybe that's why I couldn't remember the name, because I don't have an IQ. Sorry. But this is a small knife. This is one of the smaller ones. And you can see I just wiped it off and I've already put my nasty little fingerprints on it. But it's a good size for me. It's my sweet spot. And that gives me my first quiet carry, which makes me extremely happy. I absolutely love this little knife, and I can't wait to start using and abusing it when I do my package warrior thing. Anyway, that's a Kelly knife. So, 2, 1. Let's do this one. The Benchmade. Brian had a Benchmade Auto. He preferred to have a manual, but he was happy with the Auto. We ended up trading it to a friend, and so far he likes it. Who knows if he's going to trade it away? It may happen. But this is, I think, the main thing that drew him to wanting to get this lot of knives was because of this Benchmade. Because I told him eventually we'll get him one. I just didn't want to spend the price of what they cost new. And this is the one with that kind of grayish, bluish scales. And if I remember correctly, this is one that was a giveaway from Zach. Because, of course, you know he likes to give away Benchmades in his lives. And like I said, if I remember correctly, he went and changed out the scales, and we all voted on whether we wanted black hardware or the silver hardware, and we all voted for, well, not all of us, but the majority of us voted for the black hardware. So this is one of those that's just Brian's, let's put it this way, probably 10 years, give or take. He had the Auto, maybe longer, I'm not real sure on that, and he was like really wanting the manual one. We just never got around to it, and like I said, they kind of want almost too much for it, and it's one of those things that, and he's just tickled pink now that he's got this one and has a 940 back in his collection to do. So this is another awesome knife, and he's extremely happy that he got this. And I think that's the blue scales, it's perfect the way it is, and Brian's happy, so that's for him. So we're 2 and 2. Now there's 2 neutrons. Not 2 neutrons, sorry, 2 TRMs. One is a neutron, and the other one's a holy nerd. I bet you can guess which one's going to who and what. Now, I do have a neutron too that I originally got, but this one obviously is going to be for Brian. And this is one of the frame locks, which I think is in Magna Cut, which I think are kind of, I'm not going to say scarce, but more in demand because I think people are looking to get these because there's a lot of people that love frame locks. And I don't blame them. I mean, my issue is I have a tendency to put pressure on the frame when I'm holding it to flip it out, and it's like, ow, why can't I flick it? And that's it. We'll probably swap out the white O-rings that are on it. We have a few other colors on there. And I know most of these I'm going to probably strop them up a little bit because I think a few of them, they've been used. Like I said, they have been used. So that is part of buying on the secondary market and getting good deals. That's scuffs, scratches, a little bit of dull that might need a little bit of sharpening or just stropping. Like I said, I'm going to probably end up stropping all these to see if I can get a good edge on it. But this is that textured carbon fiber also, which is really cool. So Brian was happy that he got that. And then, like I said, the Holy Nerd is, and I already had one. Do I still have? Yes, I have it up there. I need to break it in. It's not broken in yet, the other one that I have. And actually, the other one's so nice that it may not be one that goes into the rotation. It may kind of just stay in with our other knives, which is the brass one, which I think was a special. Like I said, this needs to be broken in. See, it's not flipping real well. I'm actually going to take it apart and see if I can polish the washers and lube them up and see if that might help. But this one I got in a trade with DBD. So, that one. But this one is the one with the G10 and Magna Cut, which, yes, that one is one that I can flick open. It's already broken in quite nicely. So that is a plus. And like I said, I'll probably end up doing a quick little stropping on the majority of these and see if I can bring the, yeah, it's decently sharp. I don't know if it's sharp, but it's decently sharp. And see what these may need. Some of them may need an actual sharpening. Like I said, strop it first and see what happens with that. Actually, do I have, let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, this definitely needs something. Let's see if I can poke it in, and yeah, it's even poking it in and starting it. It's a little rough. So, like I said, we'll try sharpening them. I mean, stropping them and see if that helps. This one there's a little spot on it. I can feel it when it's catching. Yep. I'll sit there and strop all these little bad boys up and, like I said, see if that'll help or if I need to actually sharpen them. But all in all, this was a awesome pickup and extremely happy. His and hers pile going on here. I think that was actually worked out pretty good with what we got. We both got a TRM. He's got a Benchmade. I got a Quiet Carry since I didn't have that. And he got the Tactile. And I got a Jack Wolf. I think all in all, that's a definite good mix there. What do you guys think? Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Many hugs, many kisses, much love. Your friend Kelly. Bye-bye.